Hello students, hope all of you are fine. Today I am going to start the topic combination of capacitors. Means we will see how capacitors can be connected in series, in parallel. So first we discuss series combination. In class 10th you have already studied the combination of resistors. So you know what is this series combination and parallel combination. When we talk about the series combination of capacitors, so we can say that the capacitors can be connected in series if we can proceed from one point to another through only one path. If there are three capacitors, let one having capacitance C1, other having capacitance C2 and other having capacitance C3. Let these are three capacitors. So let charge on this be plus Q. So here minus Q, plus Q, minus Q, plus Q, minus Q. If capacitors are connected in this manner, means if negative plate of one capacitor is connected to positive plate of other and the negative plate of this other capacitor is connected to positive of next, then we say that the capacitors are connected in series, or we can say that from this point to this point there is only one path through which we can proceed. So let this the capacitance of this capacitor be C1. This is of capacitance C1. I write here C1, C2 and here C3. So let this combination be connected to source of potential difference V. So this is positive terminal and this is negative terminal. So this combination is series combination of three capacitors of capacitance C1, C2 and C3. Let V1 be the potential difference on this capacitor. Potential difference on this be V2 and potential difference on this be V2, V3. So let C1, C2 and C3 be the capacitance of the capacitor 1, 2 and 3 respectively. Capacitance of three capacitors. And this V1 is the potential difference across capacitor of capacitance C1. V2 is the potential difference across capacitor of capacitance C2. And V3 is the potential difference across capacitor of capacitance C3. Now here, since the capacitors are connected in series, so charge on each capacitor is same. So we can write, if we want to write this V1, so we can write V1 is equal to Q over C1. Similarly, V2 is equal to Q over C2. V3 is equal to Q over C3. Now this V is the applied potential difference across the combination. So this V should be equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. or we can write V is equal to Q over C1 plus Q over C2 plus Q over C3. Now if I assume that CS with the effective capacitance of this series combination of the capacitors, then if CS with the effective or equivalent capacitance, then we can write this V is equal to Q over CS, where this Q is the total charge. So in this case, the total charge and the charge on the each capacitor will be same. So if I give it number 1 and this number 2, then 1 and 2 implies Q over CS is equal to Q over C1 plus Q over C2 plus Q over C3, or we can take this Q common, 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. Now this Q and Q will cancel out, so we can write 1 over CS is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. Here this CS is the equivalent capacitance of this combination of the capacitors. So you can see that the reciprocal of equivalent capacitance is equal to the sum of reciprocal of individual capacitance of the different capacitors. Means in this case the equivalent capacitance will have value which is less than the least value of the capacitance of the combination. Means when we connect different capacitors in series, then the net capacitance it decreases. So when we have to obtain less value of capacitance from different combination of capacitors, we use this series combination of the capacitors. Now the next one is parallel combination. Before that, we can write the general result for large number of capacitors. If there are n capacitors, then we can write for n capacitors of capacitance C1, C2, so on up to Cn, we can write the, if Cs be the net capacitance, then 1 over Cs is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus so on up to 1 over Cn. So we can use this formula for finding net capacitance when different capacitors are connected in series. So next, parallel combination. Parallel combination. Now different capacitors are said to be connected in parallel if positive plates of all the capacitors are connected at one point and the negative end of the plates is connected at the other end. For example, if I am having, again I am taking example of 3 capacitors. So if these are 3 capacitors, of capacitance C1, C2 and C3, again let charge on this capacitor be Q1, charge on this be Q2, and let charge on this be Q3. This is the positive plate, this is negative plate. If the capacitors are connected like this, so here positive plates of these 3 capacitors are connected at this point, and let this is the point where negative end of the plates is connected, and let the whole combination is connected across source of potential difference. Again I am taking V with the potential difference of this source, so that this is a positive and this is the negative end. So this arrangement is known as parallel combination of the capacitors. You can see here all the positive plates, they are connected at one point, and the negatively charged plates, they are connected at the another point, but this point is common and this point is also common. So this arrangement is parallel combination. And here let C1 be the capacitance of this capacitor, C2 be the capacitance of this, and C3 be the capacitance of this capacitor. Since these capacitors, they are connected in parallel, so potential difference across all of them will be same. You must know that the different appliances connected in our homes, they are in parallel. So same is the arrangement I have shown here. So we can write here, if you want to write this Q1, we can write Q1 is equal to C1 into V, Q2 is equal to C2 into V, Q3 is equal to C3 into V, because we know that this formula Q is equal to CV. So here if we assume that the Q be the total charge across the combination, then we can write Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. This is by law of conservation of charge. So here if I assume that Cp be the effective capacitance of this combination, then I can write Cp into V is equal to C1V plus C2V plus C3 into V. Here this is the subscript, so Cp, I assume that Cp is the effective or equivalent capacitance of the combination of these 3 capacitors of capacitance C1, C2 and C3. So we can write from here Cp V is equal to, I take V common, C1 plus C2 plus C3. This V and D get cancelled. So Cp is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3. So from here we can see that the equivalent capacitance of 3 capacitors of different capacitance is equal to the sum of the individual capacitance of the capacitors. So we can generalize this result for n capacitors. If there are n capacitors of capacitance C1, C2, so on up to Cn, then we can write for n capacitors, the net capacitance in parallel is equal to C1 plus C2 plus so on up to Cn, where this C1, C2 and Cn, they are capacitance of individual capacitors. So means when we have to find the equivalent capacitance in parallel combination of the capacitors, we take their sum. Or when we need capacitance of large magnitude from the combination of capacitors, we connect the capacitors in parallel combination. So this is about series combination and parallel combination of capacitors. Similarly, we can discuss the mixed combination of capacitors, in which the capacitors are connected both in series as well as in parallel. So from here we saw that if the capacitors are connected in series, then the equivalent capacitance has value less than the values of individual capacitance of the capacitors, and when the capacitors are connected in parallel, then the equivalent capacitance has value greater than the values of individual capacitances. So in next class we will discuss the energy stored in capacitor. So I will stop here. I wish that you stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.